Beneath the dust of his grandfather's hut, Kojo found an old wooden box, its surface etched with fading patterns. His hands trembled as he opened it. Inside lay masks carved with fierce eyes, gentle smiles, and strange symbols that seemed to shift in the firelight. As Kojo lifted the first mask, the air grew heavy. He swore he heard whispers, voices layered, ancient and distant, speaking in tongues he didn't understand. The carved eyes seemed alive, watching him. The hut door creaked. Grandfather Ekene entered, leaning on his staff. His gaze fell on the masks, and his eyes widened, not with anger, but with sorrow. "You should not have opened that box, Kojo," he murmured. Grandfather Ekene sat by the fire, his staff across his knees. "These masks are the work of our bloodline," he said softly. "Each one carved by our ancestors, each one carrying their spirit. They were never meant to be seen by outsiders." Abeni, Kojo's younger sister, stepped into the hut, drawn by the voices. Her braided hair clinked with cowrie shells as she knelt by the masks. "They are beautiful," she whispered. But Ekene's eyes darkened. "Beautiful, yes, but beauty hides power." Grandfather Ekene traced his hand over one mask. "Each face tells a story," he said. "Our ancestors carved them not only for ceremonies, but to hold the memory of those who walked before us. These masks are voices of the past." He continued, his voice low. "For generations, our family guarded this craft, techniques whispered from father to son, mother to daughter, the tools, the wood, even the rituals, all secrets to protect the spirit within the mask." At dawn, Ekene led them beyond the village. Through tangled vines, he revealed a hidden workshop, a place of clay jars, wood shavings, and half-finished masks. The air was thick with the scent of cedar and earth, as though time itself had stopped. Ekene showed them a worn chisel and a bowl of herbs. "No mask is carved without prayer," he said. "The carver fasts, burns leaves for guidance, and only then may the spirit be invited into the wood." His voice turned stern. "But know this, a mask carved without respect becomes dangerous. It twists the spirit, turning beauty into curse. That is why we kept them hidden." Kojo and Abeni exchanged uneasy glances. That night, Kojo dreamed of dancers in a great circle, their faces hidden behind glowing masks. Drums thundered, and voices sang in languages he did not know. When he awoke, the rhythm still echoed in his chest. Abeni confessed to her grandfather, "I hear them two voices guiding my hands." She picked up a block of wood and began to carve. Her strokes were steady, as if someone unseen was teaching her. Ekene's eyes widened with recognition. Among the masks, Kojo noticed patterns he did not recognize, spirals, sunbursts, and marks like waves. Ekene explained, "Traders once came from far lands. Their stories, their beliefs, their art, they left echoes in our craft." Abeni lifted a mask, unlike the others. Its design carried the marks of two cultures woven together. "This one," Ekene whispered, "was carved when rivers of people crossed paths. It carries more than one spirit." Suddenly, the workshop grew cold. The masks on the walls seemed to shift, their mouths parting as if to breathe. Shadows gathered, and whispers rose, until the air trembled with 100 ancestral voices. The whispers merged into one voice, deep and resonant. "Children of Ekene, you have touched what was hidden. Will you honor it, or let it fade into silence?" The masks glowed brighter, awaiting their answer. Kojo lowered his head. "I am no carver. My hands are clumsy, my spirit restless. How can I protect what I do not understand? The masks flickered, as though testing his resolve. But Abeni stepped forward, holding the mask she carved. If the spirits chose us, then they will guide us. I will not let their voices fade. Her words steadied the room, and even the fire seemed to burn brighter. The ancestral voice rumbled again. Balance must be kept. To create is to honor, but to carve without respect is to curse. One mask cracked, releasing a shadow that circled the hut like smoke with eyes. Ekene struck his staff to the ground. The spirits test you, not me. Choose, will you protect this art with humility, or let pride destroy it? His voice cut through the shadows, demanding their decision. The shadow hissed, circling them. Its voice was sharp as broken stone. Carve for power, and I will serve you. Carve for pride, and I will consume you. Kojo felt the weight of temptation pressing into his chest. Kojo imagined himself a master, praised in every village. His masks hung in palaces. The vision was sweet, but behind it he saw the faces of his ancestors fading into darkness. He dropped his gaze in shame. Abeni lifted her mask. Its glow grew brighter, and the carved face shone with harmony. Our gift is not ours alone, she said firmly. It belongs to the people and the spirits who trusted us. The shadow recoiled from her voice. The ancestral voice spoke again, softer now. Together, you are balance. The carver and the witness, the dreamer and the guide. Only when joined will the craft endure. The masks glowed as if nodding in agreement. Kojo and Abeni placed their hands on the cracked mask. Its shadow hissed, twisting, but with their joined strength it dissolved into dust. The mask closed its eyes, whole again, and the workshop grew warm with peace. When the silence returned, Ekene's voice trembled. You have done what even I could not. The spirits have accepted you. The workshop no longer felt heavy. Instead, it breathed with life, as though welcoming its heirs. Weeks later, Kojo and Abeni sat with their grandfather, learning every cut, every chant, every prayer. The masks were no longer silent faces. They had become teachers, their wisdom flowing through chisel and song. News spread beyond their village. Travelers came to see the masks, whispering of their beauty and mystery. Soon they were carried across rivers and deserts, symbols of a legacy reborn. Years later, their masks hung in great halls and were studied by artists across the world. Yet Kojo and Abeni knew their true worth was not in fame, but in keeping alive the bond between spirit, craft, and community. Moral, true artistry is not for pride or power, but for preserving the spirit of a people. When we honor our past, we carve a future that will never fade.